Hey everybody, this is Ale. Welcome to the Sanctum, and welcome to the Celtic Book of the Dead by Kathleen Matthews. So, I mentioned back in a couple of the other Oracle and Tarot videos from the Matthews that there was one particular set of cards that I use most often by them. This is the deck, the Celtic Book of the Dead. This was one of the very first ones I received. I bought. It's out of print, and I wish that they would bring it back. So whoever is one of their publishers now, please, please, please. I think it's Rockpool. I think maybe no. It's actually not Rockpool. It is the same publisher Tori Hartman has. Please bring this back. I desperately will. I need a new copy, and please make this book smaller so I can take it around with me everywhere I go. I need it as a smaller book. I don't care if it's thicker. It just needs to be more portable and bigger cards. I love the small cards to a point, but bigger cards because I love to see these pictures better. Yeah. So now that I've had my request in, let me explain why I love this deck. This deck was my very first shadow work deck. This deck was the deck that, as a writer, I did readings for other writers, and we all went, "Oh my God, yeah, woo!" And I did these readings for both pagan and non-pagan writers. So we're talking that a bunch of us were like blown away, to the point where it was like, yeah, no, this is a serious deck. This is a deck where you might as well just give it up. It is going to hit hard. It is going to be real, and wow. It is probably one of the most influential decks I can ever tell you about. It is that when I offer this as a reading, I don't mess around. It is a long reading because, as you probably can sort of see here, and I'm going to lift this up a little bit, it actually comes with its own cloth. And the cloth is set up for the reading itself. So you're looking at the fact that it comes with its own cloth specifically for the fact of a reading. How the reading goes depends on two things. Are we doing a journey inward to your soul, or are we doing a journey that you've already discovered your inward stuff and now we're working your way out to how to manifest that journey into works that you need to do? So this is all based on the Imram, or journey, of Manon. So, as you've probably seen here, I have two cards that are sitting out here. And these are your signifier cards. The Everlasting Lady and Breathless. So, these two cards would tell us which way you're going. So, depending on whom you get, will depend on where you're going for and on your journey. And then you have cards that are called the gifts. You get one gift per reading, and these gifts are absolutely fabulous. There's the silver branch, there is the apple, and these are truly all Celtic based gifts. Hey, there'll be none of that, puppy. The four-sided cup of truth, the wheel, the hazelnut, and you notice that it's held by the salmon of wisdom. Now, just for the record, if you've watched one of the other Celtic oracles that I did, you probably saw a very familiar one like this. The green and burning tree, and the dragon stone. So you have gifts that you're given on your journey to help you along. And this journey takes place along islands. And these islands are told in a story. This is an actual journey that takes place. And these journeys are taken along place in different islands. So we have the island of plenteous salmon. Obviously a good place, yes. You have the Sea of Glass. You have the Sea of Mist. The Island of Sorrow. The Island of the Rainbow Stream. The Island of the Invisible Riders. The Island of the Crystal Keep. The Island of the Hound-Footed Horse. The Island of the Shuttered Door. Island of Berries. The Island of the Fiery Pigs. So that just gives you an idea of some of the places you can go to. There's the Island of Women, the Island of Joy, the Island of Black and White, the Island of Recognition, the Island of Falcon, the Island of Many Birds. There's the Island of the Eagle. There's the Island of Giant Ants too, if I remember correctly. Island of Ancestors, the Pillar of the Silver Net, Island of the Cannibal Horses. So there's quite a few different places that are good, bad, neutral. See, I even kept my box, which tells you how important this system is to me. Now, in this book there's tons of writing in this book, and every bit of it is important. It talks about the Celtic world in general. It talks about the actual Imran itself, what the Imran entails, the voyage of Muldoon, which is where this is all based out of. And it goes through every island that they've gone on. And then it breaks it down by island, what it means, the background, the meaning, the challenge for you to know, of what you to figure out of what this means for you as you're going on your journey yourself for each. And even though the illustrations are not in color, it makes it interesting for you, because one of the things it talks about too is for you as well, for each individual person, for the actual gifts, and it gives you a short little meaning, and then it tells you if certain cards are next to each other, then if they're in significant positions, what if it's enhanced, or if it's if there's a more important meaning that's there for you. And then it gives you how to cast the cards in position. So it gives you a sample idea of what it is and what it goes for, how the cards are read in that. The further west. So it talks about a spiral journey, if it's inward, if it's outward. So, and then it gives you the idea here of the realms of glass, the landfall, basically what you're looking at, how your sheep would look at. And I actually have a pre-filled, I actually have created something like this on a document file to do this, that I send out as a PDF file when I finish, when I deal with this, for each person that I actually do. And it is interesting, and there's a chant that goes with it. I do not know where I am bound. I journey far across the foam. I seek my soul, where is it found? I watch the star to guide me home. There is an island in the west, under the sun, over the sea. I travel far upon my quest. I seek a guide to pilot me. A branch of silver in my hand with crystal blooming golden fruit. The mother tree grows on the strand. It's there that I shall find my root. There is an island in the sea where waters flow and food gives life, where is no foe, where love is free. I seek the place where is no strife. I watch the star to guide me home. I found my soul in spirit's rest. I traveled far across the foam, where there is no ending to my quest. So there are different things that you deal with on this. Like there's a people who, if there is a moment of death, there's talking about painful situations, advanced Imran readings, if somebody is dialing, if Imran is a soul leading, if it is, if you're doing part of the eight pathways, if it's a potential power, a challenge, a renewal, a perception, initiation. I think I've gone through all of these at one point or another, personally and otherwise. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to give you an abbreviated look. Because, as you know, I always try to do a reading of some sort. This is not really a deck you can read. Give like a brief, like, oh, let me just pull a card. But what we're going to do is, I'm not going to pull if it's an inward or outward for us right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a blessing card. This blessing card is going to give us an idea of what kind of a blessing we can expect from the universe. Or if you believe in certain gods or goddesses, this will be a blessing from them. And all of you out there pick. Silver, you're not allowed to choose this time because last time you chose, I was not happy with your choice because it came true. So, yeah. This one. Ooh, the hazelnut. Wisdom. We're going for wisdom. So, we're going to pick a place, or maybe two. Yeah, a place. So, our journey for the cards today, for this reading, we need a journey. This one's popping up too, so we're going to do those two. So, I love reading cards. I do read. I love them. So, the Island of the Invisible Riders and the Island of Recognition. So, let's talk about these cards because we're asking for what do we need to know and why do we need to know. So, about our blessing card. It's a hazelnut helm in the mouth of a salmon. And the background is the well of Sagus in the Boyne Valley was the mystical source of knowledge. Poets sought to eat this of the salmon who ate the nuts that fell from the 9 hazelnut trees there. It's the meaning of wisdom, counsel, inspiration. The challenge is the test, the situation facing you now with your senses. How does it look at first glance? What feedback do you hear? How does it feel to you? Does it accord with your taste? What is your gut reaction? It's all about your wisdom. Have you had your wisdom accorded to that to which you are? And the first time is the Island of the Invisible Riders. Now, I'm going to be the first one to tell you the Island of the Invisible Rider story is an actually interesting story. Malduin's men hear the contending shouts of invisible riders, all boasting that their horse is the best, and in a world of conflicting opinions, it is often difficult to find the right motivation. But the fruits of unrealized concepts may never ripen without true purpose. So they hear all this and they don't see anything, but there's all these things, and you can see stuff on the ground, but you can't really see what's going on. So the meaning to it is that you're trying too hard. You're being overwhelmed with speculations. There's a lack of belief in yourself. You're living off of past glories, not of current attitude, not of current things. There's empty words. You have dreams that may not be fulfilled unless you act. Don't be self-deluded. Be self-prepared. Be proactive. What the invisible riders tell you is don't rest on your laurels. Don't think about the emptiness of what's before. Act upon what is. If you have these feelings, you sense that you can do more things, that you hear that there are things that can be done, you know that there are opportunities to be had, that they're coming, and you know that based on these evidence, you can take advantage of it, then do so. Make it happen. Otherwise, don't waste your time on what can't be. Unless you're willing to take that chance. So the next one is the Island of Recognition. Now the Island of Recognition is a card that I don't often get for myself, so it's kind of neat to see it here. On this island, Meldu and company are repelled by people who are fearful of something or someone else. We note that they do not wield real weapons, but nuts, the Celtic symbols of wisdom. The people here are like those who are on the verge of enlightenment. They keep others at bay, but are fearful of proceeding further themselves. These are about foolish doubts, needless fears, the need to be recognized or acclaimed. It's about memory, incomplete knowledge, misunderstanding, fear of what people say. How many times have people told you, don't do that, you'll fail? Or, oh my God, I can't believe you're going to do that. And we get scared and we don't do something. And then we find out somebody else did it. And oh my God, now they're making the money that you could have been yours. How many times have we been so scared to do something we haven't done it and turn around and 2 years later this whole big thing comes out and it was just like what we dreamt of, what we thought to do. How many times have we been afraid to do something and after a while we'd go ahead and do it anyway and there was nothing to be afraid of? It was a stupid fear based on nothing. That's what that is telling us. There's no reason to be afraid. There's reason to always be nervous. Because nervous makes you cautious. To make sure you don't get too full of yourself. But don't be needlessly fearful. Don't be so afraid that you go, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to do this. Ah. No, we're not about that. What we are about is taking the time to be able to do what is necessary, to do what's important to do. So take that chance. Take a brief moment and say, I can do this. I can be able to accomplish this. I have the wisdom, the knowledge, the purpose. Because remember, it's all about that. Wisdom is taking knowledge and making it work. It is actuating the knowledge. Wisdom is actual knowledge in action. So, wisdom, knowledge, purpose. Put them together and make it work. You got it. Take it for November. Make it work. You've got this. I promise. Bendithia. Until next time.